What is happening, guys? Mike here. Welcome back to the first video of 2019 and the fourth year of MMTV. I am extremely excited to be back here with you guys for another year of content. As most of you know, I did take about a week or so to prepare for this new year of content. I did some upgrades, planned out a few changes, and I also just relaxed a bit, did some reflecting on what I wanted to do this year, and I just feel totally energized. I'm just totally pumped to be back here with you guys, and as always, I'm appreciative of you guys who are here now, those who return for each new episode, and I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy things here, maybe even a little bit more this year. I'm hoping we can take some steps to improve things, and really just take this thing in a direction that a lot of people said we couldn't. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll find out. But it all starts today with an all-new product review. And here we go. Alright, so here we go. First review of 2019. Today we're taking a look at the Watchman and their Superhold Waterbased Pomade. This is a brand that actually reached out to me a couple of months ago, and when I looked them up, I really didn't see much in the form of information or reviews, but I really enjoyed their look, so I decided to give it a go. Now, the first thing that really caught my eye about this pomade, besides that, big word Superhold right there, stuff like that, extreme hold, Superhold, it really just always catches my eye. I always kind of chuckle at it a little bit, because you get that sense of how high is Superhold. How high really is extreme hold, and we're going to talk about that here today, but that really first caught my eye. But the biggest thing was the fact that this stuff is extremely clear. It's like glass inside a glass jar, basically. I mean, really, this stuff is like one step away from Breaking Bad. I love the look of it. I love that they put it in the glass jar too, to really show that off against that nice black label. I think this stuff looks awesome. Now, over the years, we've seen quite a few water-based pomades, specifically gel types, which obviously this would fall into the category of, and just like with any other gel type, the questions and the answers actually usually lie within the performance itself. So we have a lot of questions. We don't get answers to those questions until we try it out. So we're obviously going to do that today. But before we test this out, let's take a look at the specs we're working with here on this pomade. This is a gel type water-based pomade that's made in the USA by the Watchman. It offers what they call a super hold with high shine. It also features a very appealing clear colorless look in the product, and it comes in a 4-ounce glass jar. Looking inside the jar here, we're met with that super nice glass-worthy brew here, and as far as gel types go, it obviously has that really familiar consistency. It's slick, it's thick, it's sticky, basically everything it should be. Really, the only thing that I see here that sets it apart from any other gel type is how it's a tad bit dry in the breakdown. Now, we have seen other gel type pomades that have felt slightly dry in the breakdown before, but each one, and you really won't see this unless you've used as many gel types that I have, but each one can have similar traits. It can be sticky, it can be slick, but I have really found that each one from each different brand kind of has its own personality almost. It may be a little slicker, but still sticky, or still a little bit dry, but it's hard to explain. It'll feel differently, it performs differently, which is obviously where we're going with this. So let's just jump right into it and start the testing of this pomade here. And of course, since it's a gel type, we're gonna be rolling with damp hair. As always, I'm starting the demo off with freshly washed hair with no added enhancers or pre-stylers. And for this one, I'm gonna go with about 3 scoops here to achieve my style. Adding in the pomade is very easy. It's got some real nice slickness to it, which makes it quite easy to run through the hair and later comb with. It's also really nice and sticky, which makes it really easy to build volume with or just sculpt your style. I did kind of notice that it started to harden a bit quickly here, but not too bad, not enough to really annoy me or anything like that. And in the end, I was rather pleased with the final style. That is really one thing that I like about gel types. I don't use them a whole lot in my personal time, but I know that when I'm gonna grab one, as long as it's a good one, we've looked at good ones and bad ones, and I definitely think this is a good one, spoiler alert. But my point is that when I do go to use one, I know that it's gonna work. I know how it's gonna work. You throw it in some damp hair, you just, give it a couple combs, you get a good style. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just a really reliable type of product, which is why so many people use them. That's why barbers use them, because they're really easy to work with and they're really reliable for getting great looks. Now, usually when I'm looking at a gel type like this, and I've discussed this in the past quite a bit, I'm looking at a couple of things. The hardening, which includes how fast it hardened up, how much it hardened. We really don't want a helmet, but it's obviously going to harden. It's a gel type. And from there, the endurance. I have been really fortunate these days in the sense that I haven't really seen a gel type that just flies out of my hair super quickly in a long time. It's been a long time since I tried that one gel type that didn't even make it through dinner, which was crazy. Fortunately, this one turned out a lot better. It actually turned out pretty much endurance-wise exactly what I was expecting here. I'll give you guys a look. At 4 hours in, you can see here the product's totally hardened up in my hair, and I do think that in certain areas where maybe it was a bit more damp than other places, that it hardened up a little bit more. That's not a serious issue. That's actually something that's very common with these type of products. But the most important thing is that it's holding strong and still looking awesome. At 8 hours in, the hardness really hasn't changed, which I think is ideal. I do have a bit of movement there on the right side, which actually is my heavy side, so it may have lost a little bit right there. But again, this is 8 hours in, and that's actually very common for me with products like this, for it to fall in that area, and it gives us the perfect opportunity to test the restyle. I'm gonna hit it with some sprays around the head real quick, and then I'm gonna run a comb through it, and I think it still has a lot of life left in the pomade. That hold is still nice and strong, and it's actually a very easy restyle here that ends up looking great. After testing this one out for a full 8 hours and then restyling it, I think it could easily go another 8 hours at least. I think the actual restyling style, the restyle style, if you will, actually looked better than the initial style. I think it looked great after the restyle, which doesn't always happen, but a lot of times with stuff like this, it does happen, so that was a big +1 for me with this product. As far as the washout goes, it was pretty much straightforward. Water, just water, no extra work needed as far as I can see, which was pretty nice. The scent here is pretty standard. It's kind of a cologne type scent here. It's maybe got a little bit of floral to it. I've seen it described as a floral cologne. I kind of think of it as maybe a nice and fresh and clean scent. Maybe a little bit of floral in there. I can maybe see where they're coming from on that end. I would actually say that it's more fresh and clean, not quite extremely floral, which I actually like. I don't really like floral scents all that much. No matter what, I don't think it's very overbearing. I don't think it's too strong. And when it's in the hair, you can get hints of it here and there. Like, as you're walking around, you can get, little smells of it here and there, but it's not overbearing to the point where it's just constantly in your face. So really, I got no complaints on the scent. In the end here, what I think we have is another awesome gel type, and I couldn't be happier that this seems to be the trend for gel types. For so long, we were hit with gel types that hardened up like rocks or ripped your hair out when you were styling with them, maybe evaporated in an hour like I was talking about a little bit ago. Lately, we have been seeing a big improvement in this category, and I think this one for sure fits that bill. As far as the term Superhold goes, I was asked about that on Instagram, and you guys are always asking about the terms. I know it gets confusing. It gets confusing for me as well. I kind of wish the hair community would come up with some kind of standard and then stick to it, but we have to remember that the brewer or maker of the product, the people that are behind the product, are the ones who describe their product, and I think some of them do kind of exaggerate the hold for sales purposes. And for me, I probably place this at a heavy. That's where I would go in my normal spectrum here. I think this has a good, workable, pliable, heavy hold, which is awesome for people with thick hair. You guys that have a lot of thick, burly hair that use products like this to, get some kind of style. This has a great big helping of hold, and you can use your comb to mold it and sculpt it, even though it has a lot of hold like that. I've tried a lot of products that are heavy hold, and then they kind of impair the styling process because because they have so much hold. This one I think does a great job of balancing styling with the hold, and it still gives you some options. I really think you guys with super thick hair that need a lot of hold, you're gonna get a lot of options out of this. Again, I'd call this a heavy. I feel really good about calling it a heavy too. I think it fits really well into that category. I have a lot of confidence in that opinion, and like always, if you're interested in checking this out, I will leave all the info on this product in the description if you're interested. Also, if you haven't checked the description lately, make sure you check that out too, because I got a lot of discount codes in there for all you guys looking to save money. That's it though for my review on the Watchman. I want to extend a big thank you to them for allowing me to test this out for you guys and give you my honest thoughts on it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you tap that like button for me and drop me a comment down below. That always helps. I always enjoy seeing those. And of course, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, you definitely need to do that and join us here on the channel. And speaking of you subscribers, I'm going to close today's video out with a brand new subscriber spotlight. I was so excited to get some more entries so we can keep going with this thing here. I absolutely love getting to know you guys and all your awesome styles. Thank you again for stopping by the channel today and checking out this video. I will, of course, be back with you guys again right here very soon. Take it easy. I'll see you next time.